Hey guys, this is Victoria back to you with another review of Love and Hip Hop Miami season 4 episode 2 called Island Time. So we finally get introduced or reintroduced to Marla Negra. She's in the Dominican Republic. She's doing real estate now, feeling like a big boss. Kind of putting her singing career on the back burner. I guess ever since the pandemic, she's just been exploring other options of what to do as far as a career. She felt like in the music career, she was starting to feel like a slave. I don't know if it was due to like the industry itself or her record label, if she's a part of one, or I think she's independent, but or if it's from her mom, from what we're gonna see later on in the episode. But pretty much, she's just doing different excursions. Having a plan B, plan C, plan D. So she's in the DR with her mom, and I guess she's showing her mom different places for potential living. And her mom, the one that they were looking at, I guess they were on the rooftop or whatever. And her mom was just like, maybe this is a place for vacationing, but not for like living. And when Amara was asking her why, she's just like, because she likes Miami better. She wants her to stay in Miami. So then that's when she brings up her boo thing, Alan. I guess she's been dating him for 8 months. He's a realtor. She's doing like the real estate business. So it's kind of just like they just kind of connected and linked up. So he lives in the DR. And when she said, she's thinking about staying in the DR, I immediately was like, oh, it's because of the dick. It's for the dick. It's for the dick. And her mom doesn't want her to stay in the DR. She wants her to come back to the Miami for her career, whatnot. So in that scene, I could already tell off jump like, oh, this is a very sexual and touchy-feely guy. Because at first I was like, oh, maybe they're just in a lovey-dovey stage. But no, he just seems like he's the very touchy, lovey-dovey, feely guy. And, it's only been 8 months, but they still doing the thing. Like, they legit were making out in front of the mama. And I'm just like I wouldn't do that in front of my parents. Hell no. It's to the point, like, I'm married, guys. Like, I'm a full-blown married woman out in these streets. And I still feel kind of weirded out kissing in front of my parents. Even in front of his parents, I'm like, I don't know. So it's just like for her to be like full blown making out, even though, mind you, Alan's back was to the mom, so like the mom couldn't really see it, but she could see it at the same time because like you see her in the background just looking at them like, and then, so I couldn't do it, but they seem it's Alan. It's not America. She's like, stop it. Oh my gosh, stop. My mom's right there. But you didn't have no problem kissing him like 5 seconds ago, Lamar, so I don't know what you talk about. But very lovey-dovey, sexual chemistry vibe people. So I think at this point, Amara is thinking with her tits in her clit and not really her brain. So, and I think that's why her mom is feeling the way she feels. But we're going to get back to them later on in the episode. We move on to Suki. She meeting with her cousin Isaiah. And he seems extra as hell. She already done said he's more ratchet than she is, more hood than she is. And that says a lot because we know how hood Suki is. Saying who they get to Suki's store. I guess she opened up a store called Good Cat because that's what the streets know her for because she got some good cat. And her mama told her to give her cousin a job. Why gotta be Suki's job to give her cousin a job? No. Why? Because he's fam? No. And, because she was talking to him saying like, okay, I'm going to have you manage the store, but you're going to have to be getting your shit together. And I think she was asking him, has he even ever managed anything? He's like, yeah, he's managed, what was it, City Trends, Popeyes, and KFC. And I'm just like, can I see a resume? Can I call them for references? Can I call your big bosses to confirm this? You got your resume for me to look at because was you just working there or was you actually manager? I mean, he could have been manager for all I know, but I'm just saying, I don't know. So I think maybe he could just be the one, the stock person putting up the clothes and whatnot. It could get somebody else for management to manage the store because I don't know. know, because he's just like, he thinks he could do it. Kudos for you having confidence, but from what Suki is saying and the fact that your own mama had to get you to have him work there, not you wanting him to work there through, you personally wanting him to work there with your own judgment in mind, and that your mom had to make you give him a job. Yeah, this is not seeming like it's going to be a good work. It's not going to be a good fit. He might have to fire him off bat. You might have to fire him. So we gonna see how that work out if we ever gonna see. But her glasses look cute in that scene. The store looks cute. Hella like everything is beautiful, colorful. Suki all the way. So we're gonna see how that works on. We move on to Sheila. She's a Shayla, I think it is. And she's a published author since the pandemic. So she was doing, I guess, maybe an Instagram post or something. But anywho, her friend, what's her friend's name? Aisha comes to visit her. She's like pregnant. She about to pop, but her belly look all nice and smooth and stuff in a dress. Like, they have a nice maternity clothes. Remember back in the day, them maternity clothes looked ugly. Okay. And even the plus size clothing looked ugly back in the day. But nowadays, finally, thank you for remembering us bigger folks. Thank you for remembering the plus size. Well, I just said that. Not the plus size, but the maternity folks, the pregnant folks. Nowadays, clothes are starting to look good for people of all different sizes. Anywho, so anyway, her friend comes to visit her. And since she's pregnant, I guess she's 20 days until she's due. So she's about to pop. She's ready to have the baby. So Shayla's just like, give me the baby dust. Give me the baby dust. So I guess, for Shayla, she's still getting over her miscarriage. She's still getting through it. I don't think she's ever going to get over her miscarriage. I don't think people really get over them. You just learn to live through it. So she's still having a hard time getting over it because I guess it just happened recently. So she's telling her friend the whole scenario of like what happened. And I don't want to go into too much details because it's just sad. But pretty much the reason it's just, I guess, even harder for her to deal with, because she mentioned she had the playlist and stuff ready to go, was because when she did miscarry and she told Ace about it, he was just like, oh, it's fine. And then she was talking about he was making his shake downstairs and getting his like protein shake ready to go to the gym. And he just like kind of brushed off his shoulders. But Aisha was trying to tell her like maybe he's just doing that as a defense mechanism to not really deal with his feelings. Like he's not trying to get too deep into his feelings, but not trying to necessarily dismiss Shayla's feelings, because he probably feels some type of way about it too, but he just that's his way of being strong for her. But also, like she just said, that can come off as dismissive, and it just, Shayla, for her, she's like, it got her triggered. And understandably so, if you lose a child, especially with the person you made a child with, and they're not seeming like they care, of course that's going to make you upset. So I think she tried to talk with him about it. I would assume she would try to, she'd try to talk to him about it, since she's all about women empowerment and she seems very outspoken and stuff. So I would assume she talked to him about it, but maybe he's just still in the, not the denial stage, but like this dismissive, like doesn't want to talk about it because it's going to bring too much emotions, especially that he already lost a child with another person, but nonetheless he lost a child already. So it's for him, it's just like I can't deal with this. Like I really don't want to talk with this. And she mentioned he didn't even go to therapy for his first child that he lost. So she's just, like, how she's supposed to get through it when she can't even talk about it with the person that she lost the baby with. So it's tough for her. It's going to be tough for her. And now that Mother's Day is coming up, her and Ace are doing a Mother's Day brunch for their families, both of their families. So the fact that she's going through the miscarriage and still feeling kind of down about it, hasn't really grieved with Ace about it, and the whole riffraff between her and Ace's mom, and also she got a little riffraff between her own mom, I think, from what we see in the previews next week. So she's just kind of like don't know how to feel, but she's going to tough it out and go through with it. But she just, I feel bad for her. I'm with you, girl. If you ever need somebody to talk to, even though you don't know who I am, but I feel for the girl. Anywho, we move on to Trent. He's at the radio station, the 99 Jams. They doing their thing. Trina automatically comes in with the attitude. She's in a bad mood because it's the 8th year anniversary of her brother passing. And she's like, she's gonna tough it out, come to work anyway. And in my head, I'm like, why the hell you come to work? Especially if you're gonna be acting like that. Trick is just trying to. Trick knows the situation, obviously, but he's just gonna try to move over it. Not move over it, but kind of talk about other things to get her mind off of obviously what day it is. So he's asking her, oh, he enjoyed the 21st anniversary of the Baddest Bitch in Atlanta, but why couldn't it have been in Miami? They need to do something in Miami. And he's asking her like, who does she want there? And he's like making suggestions and stuff. And then she just blows up. Like you could see her like answering up. Like you can see like she's taking deep breaths and stuff. Like you can tell she's about to blow up. She blows up. She's just like, I don't want to talk about that. I don't care about that. I don't want to do da. My brother died at 9:51 a.m. on this day. And, she just blows up. She's like, I don't want to do nothing. My anxiety's high. And she can't think about nothing. She can't do nothing. She don't want to do work. She don't want to do that. And in this case, I'm just like, so why'd you come, Trina? Like, obviously, it's been 8 years. So each year that on this day, if it's like this for you, you shouldn't be at work. And this is no shade. This is no shade to Trina or what she's going through. But I'm just saying, if this is such a bad day to the point that's all you could think about, you can't focus on nothing else, and you have so much anxiety, you don't need to be at work. I know radio station be having sick days, because if you look at freaking Breakfast Club, I feel like there's not a week where somebody's not one of those three, Charlamagne, DJ Envy, and Angela ain't there. I don't, it's always every week or every other week someone is off for the day. So obviously, Trina, I know you can take a day off. You just took a day off too to go to Atlanta for the 21st anniversary of the Baddest Bitch. So you do not need to be at work. Once again, no shade. You just need your day off to just focus on going to the memorial and the get together that we about to get to. So she blows up. She gets up and she walks out. And then here go Trick talk about your phone case. And then she like, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, you just see her blow up and walk out. I ain't gonna talk to her. If she gonna blow up like that, I ain't talking to her, until like maybe 2-3 days later. But obviously he goes to the get together. Anywho, so I'm just like, Trick, leave it to Trick to always act a fool and brighten up the situation. So we get to Suki and her fiance, Kill Bill, doing an engagement photo shoot. And because Mother's Day is the next day, she invites her mom over to spend time with her and also to talk about the baby situation. The mom shows up. She sees Kill Bill's ankle monitor. She's like, all right, turn to the other side, Bill, so they don't see it. And he's just like, it's okay, they thugging, this is real. Listen, that's true, that's real. He got the ankle monitor on. Listen, it is what it is. We already gonna see it. We already done seen it this season and this episode. So, I mean, whatever. So anyway, they sit down with her to talk about the whole situation, baby situation. The mom is just saying like, we need to keep moving forward. And for the whole baby situation, how's that going to work? He's like, Kill Bill's like, we're going to have it now. We're ready to have it now. And the mom's like, no, get married and then wait a year until after you're married, so then you can have a baby. So then they bring up, Cardi B did it, Nicki did it. And then the mom was just like, okay, but look at where they are now in their career. They obviously, they had to get through some things in their career first before they had a kid. Even Cardi, even though it seemed like everything picked up quick for her, it took a few years before she had a kid from when she first blew up with the Bodak Yellow. Hello. So Suki's like thinking about it. She's like, nothing's going to stop her from getting her money. So she doesn't know I don't know if she doesn't know what she wants to do, but in the confessional, she was just saying, like, she seemed frustrated because it seems like she's going to have to just wait until she has a kid, because she's just like, men could do whatever they want to do. They could have babies, it don't affect their career. They could kill people, they could do this and that, and it don't affect their career. But if a female does it, it's a problem. And unfortunately, that's a double standard with, not even with the music industry, just in general. Men have, sorry to say for any guys that watch, but men have the upper hand when it comes to work and careers. Like, having kids don't really affect them because they're not the one pregnant. for the most part, they're not the ones who need to have the to be out for a few days because yes, they're going to be with their girl who has a baby, but at the same time, the girl needs to recover. Her body needs to recover. Her hoo ha, okay, her insides and all that stuff needs to recover. Plus, you're gonna have to be with the baby for usually the mom gets the maternity leave. The father, some jobs give them paternity leave, but for the most part they don't because they're like, the mom is the one who's breastfeeding and all that stuff. You don't really need to be there. That's what society has it feeling like. So in that aspect, yes, it doesn't really affect their career because the guys can still, they're not the ones carrying the baby for 8, 9 months and having the hormone changes and stuff. They, for the most part, it's just really there to support the female. Their job is easy. All they had to do was nut in the pussy, and their job is done for the most part. Even though we want the dads there, but unfortunately, Suki, that is the double standard with men and female in working fields across all boards, not just the music industry. But we get to the family get together for Trina's brother Gunki, and Trix wasn't bothered by how Trina was. He probably deals with that every year. And he's knew Trina for a long time, so her blow ups to him is like nothing. So he shows up for support, and it goes well. And Joyce talks to Trina. She says how she feeling. Trina's not feeling good, but she's sticking through it. But she's also nervous about her performance the next day because it's gonna be her first big performance since the pandemic. So she has a little bit stress or nervousness about that, but Trina always shows out whenever she performs. So the rest of the memorial goes smoothly. It ends up, but obviously her crying, and it's like, how do you review a memorial? Like, as long as there's no drama, like there was no drama. It's just everybody showed out in support of Trina and the family and all of Gunki's kids and all that. So it goes smoothly. R.I.P. Rest in peace to Gunki, and we're gonna have to move on. We get to Amara. She's with Alan in their bed or something. I don't know if they were at his house, her house. I don't know. He got a towel on. I don't know if he was fully naked, but he made sure to show that, like, his whole, like, a little piece of his little V to the valley. They're having a convo. She's telling him about what her mom said of her not living in Dominican Republic, coming back to Miami, and maybe she would just vacation in Dominican Republic, but not live in Dominican Republic. Alan's just like, he don't want her to go. He wants her to stay in Dominican Republic with him, try to kiss on her and stuff, licking her neck and kissing on her neck and stuff. Like I said, he's a very sexual guy. And she just doesn't know what to do, and she wants to stay in Dominican Republic, but she doesn't want to disappoint her mom, and she's just like, why can't her mom be happy for her? Because she does want to settle down and have kids. So kind of like she just doesn't know what to do. And Alan suggests for him to handle it by telling her mom that she's going to stay in Dominican Republic. And Amara's just like, okay, but don't fuck up my relationship with my mom. And it's just like, Amara, you a big girl. You need to have a conversation with yourself, without Alan, without your mom, by yourself, talk to God, and figure out what you want to do. What do you really want? And what do you want to do? It's not based on what Alan wants. It's not based on what mommy Anna wants. It's what do you want? Okay? Because people can have the career and still get married and have kids. Look at freaking Issa. Oh my goodness. Okay. Listen. Issa. We didn't know when she was gonna get married. Listen, when I found out she got married, I was like, dang, she had a guy? Because like I said, I don't be checking for celebrities like that. So when people be finding out stuff, I'd be like, I didn't even know she had a boyfriend. I didn't even know she was engaged. None of that. So, Amara, you can still do that. So the real question is, what do you want to do? Like, you said you was feeling like a slave doing the career of being a singer. But is that because of your mom or the industry? Like, what is it? What do you want? You need to have a serious conversation with yourself, not going to other people, seeing what they think. No, what do you think? Because it's at the end of the day, it's your life. So she says for Alan not to fuck up her relationship with her mom, but it's just like, the only person who could do that, Amara, is you at the end of the day. And like I said, I think it's just lust. You just love the dick. He probably giving you the best dick you ever had, and that's fine. But is that good dick enough to cause a rift between you and your mom? I don't know. I don't know. But we're gonna get back to her little situation later on in the episode. We get to Mother's Day. Sorry, guys. We get to Mother's Day brunch with Ace and Sheila and their families. And Ace hopes his mom and his wife can come together and get together and just squash all the BS. So the families come. It seems to be going okay, I guess. But I feel like you get to cut the tension with a knife. And it just, like, I don't know. It just felt awkward. So finally, Blondie and Shayla, they're talking. And Blondie admits that she's stubborn. And Shayla's trying to explain that she's not trying to replace her or nothing, because she's just like, how do you come into a situation? Obviously, you're the mom, so you're the queen. But since I'm his wife, I'm like the queen too. So it's like, how do you? She's not trying to replace her. And I don't know why. But first, Blondie tries to says, okay, well, I try to call you, but you don't be answering. And Shayla's like, no, I don't answer. And in the confessional, she's talking about she don't answer the phone because she don't know what she's going to get on the other side of the phone. That's good and everything. That's excuse or whatever, Shayla. For me, I just don't answer the phone personally because it's like, I don't want to talk on the phone. Text me. Okay, I don't want to talk on the phone because when you text me, I can respond whenever I want to. I could go use the bathroom or whatever and then come back and text you when I'm ready. Like on the phone, I have to sit there and talk to you. Like, I don't like to talk on the phone. The only people who I will talk on the phone with, no matter what, is my husband and my parents. My brothers are hit or miss. Anybody else, you gotta be like you coming to my crib and like you at the gate and I have to buzz you in type of thing. I don't like to talk to people on the phone. But anywho, she says she doesn't answer. And she doesn't want to disrespect Ace or his mom, Blondie. But she feels like there was a lot of talking behind her back. And then I guess Blondie kind of gets hyper a little bit or whatever. And she's just like, okay, we're not going to be doing this right here. We're not going to do this right here. She get a little buck with her. And I'm just like, for what? And Blondie just says she just wants to have a good relationship with her. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Are you mad or not? Sometimes you don't know with some people. Like Haitians, my parents, sometimes people be like, are they yelling? Like, you don't know if they mad or not, but I guess she's not mad. I don't know. But we get to everybody sitting down finally to eat, and Ace stands up and gives a toast to his mom, for Mother's Day. So she appreciates that. Blondie says she wishes her mom was still there, gets a little teary-eyed, and says to Shayla she knows that she's going to be a great mom, and she knows that's going to happen for her one day. And Shayla just nods her head. But Shayla's just like, her head's just like all over the place because it's Mother's Day. I told you, she's not really good with Ace's mom yet. She got a little situation with her mom and she just lost the baby. So her head's just all over the place for Mother's Day. And understandably so. So her eyes got watery and stuff. So it's sad. But we move on to Trina for the performance that she's going to do that she hasn't had, her big performance since the pandemic. She's 30 minutes late. And I'm just like, who's to blame? Who's to blame? We know who to blame. Her damn management. And now the vendors are threatening that she may not be able to perform. And I'm just like, throw the whole management team away. I don't understand how many fuck-ups the management team has to do before Trina just says, okay, I'm done with y'all. Like, at this point, with the whole thing that went down in Atlanta, now you have this performance here. They forgot to tell Trick and have him come. You didn't get to perform at your 21st Baddest Bitch anniversary. Now you may not be able to perform here. How many mistakes does the management team have to do for you to be like, I'm done with y'all? Has Julian taught you nothing, Trina? Like, girl, I know you smarter than this. You might need to have Joy come back on the bandwagon or something. I don't know, because it seemed like ever since Joy, it just is, your management just sucks. I don't know if you're trying to do that on purpose for Joy to become your assistant again or something, but something's got to give. You just got to fire them and put. Listen, I understand you probably don't want to, but you're gonna have to just cough up some cash for a good manager, because these K, Cole, whoever, these two ain't it. You just gotta let them go. But I guess she was able to perform. They was introducing her, and I guess she didn't even have her mic on. And I'm just like, what are y'all doing? Cole, you rushing her to come out of the trailer to come perform, but you didn't even have her mic ready. Come on now. So, but she performs, and it goes smoothly, it goes well. Trina was happy, she was exhilarated, so that's cool. And she talks to the coordinator of the event, and I guess it was for an AIDS event, and so that was pretty cool. But I don't know how I felt when he was talking about, oh, predominantly black folks are the ones that are getting the HIV, or who are contracting the HIV/AIDS, and I'm just like, okay, that's probably a factual statement, but I didn't like the way he said it. Predominantly black folks. You couldn't just say, unfortunately, the African American community are the ones who are testing positive, or mostly testing positive for the HIV/AIDS. I don't know. It just sounded too unprofessional to me, but whatever. I'm move on. So we get to the sit down with Amara, Alan, and Mommy Anna. And it starts off okay. Alan said that they're a family. Amara's going to live with him and be with him in the DR. And the mom was just like, no, Amara has a career in the US, and she doesn't know why Amara's allowing Alan to change that. And I just feel like Amara don't know what she want to do. So the mom starts guilt tripping Amara. What does she say? She's saying she made all the sacrifices for her, and now she's going to stay in the DR and become a nobody. And I'm just like, what does that even mean? Because at the end of the day, I don't think people won't forget about Amara like that. That I don't necessarily think she's going to be a nobody. Why can't she still have a career in the DR and still, But then the mom did make a good point. You leaving everything here for him, but he wouldn't do that for you. Because I think she asked him earlier in the episode, and he's just like, no, he has everything in the DR. And I guess that was good enough for Amara? No, that's not. But when the mom was guilt tripping her, saying she sacrificed everything and you just gonna be here, be a nobody, Amara got pissed off. She's like, what are you talking about? Because the mom said, I'm frustrated. And Amara's like, you're frustrated? I'm the one who's busting my ass doing this and that for my career. And she's just feeling like a slave. But then the mom is just like, and I don't do nothing. I don't bust my ass either. So Amara's just getting upset and just like, well, sorry that I couldn't have been a good enough daughter for you and all this stuff, and gets up and walks away. And of course, Alan goes with her. And Mama Anna, actually, she's just like, you're going to regret your decision. And she's like, she doesn't want her to regret her decision, but she's going to. And she's too much of a successful she has too much of a successful career to fall in love in Dominican Republic. My thoughts. I think Amara's just wanting lust. I think she just wants to be in DR with Alan for the dick. That's really all it is. Because it's only been 8 months. For 8 months to choose to move to a different country and stay with him, I think it's a little too soon, me personally. I don't know. Then again, it was the pandemic, so you could have been spending like every day for the last 8 months with them and really love him. But I think it's just really for the dick, because I don't really hear anything that she's saying of why she wants to stay there other than for Alan. And she likes Alan and just wants to settle down, have kids. It sounds like sex to me, and it doesn't really give a good justification of why she wants to be in the Dominican Republic and not be in America. She says she's doing real estate there, but then again, you could do real estate in America. And when she asks Alan why he doesn't want to come to Miami with her, he just like his whole life is in the DR. And it's just like, do you got kids in the DR? Like, what's your real reasoning for staying in the DR? Because like I said, you can still do real estate in the US too and get good, better profits probably too. So I kind of agree with the mom with this one, but at the same time, I didn't feel like the mom went about it the right way, saying you're gonna be a nobody in the DR, and it's like I sacrificed everything for you. No, at the end of the day, what Amara chooses to do with her life is her decision. So you should support, no, not necessarily support it, but you should respect it with whatever decision she chooses. But at the same time, Amara, what is your real reasoning for just wanting to stay in the DR? Because she mentioned real estate, but I don't really feel like she really meant it. So it's really because of the island, because of the dick. And that's where it ends. And we're going to see what happens next week. Looks like she going to go back to her mama and to Miami. And he's just like, okay, go with your mommy. So it doesn't look like it's going to stick out with Amara and Alan. And I'm just like, Amara, why can't you find somebody in Miami? And there's plenty of people in Miami, not even Miami. You can find somebody in the US. My real question is, if Amara found somebody in like California, would the mom be against that too? I don't know. You know, with this episode and with the ATL episode, with the moms just not liking the men, like, what's the real reason? What's the real reason? There's underlying issues in between that. Like, I don't believe it's just because of, oh, I don't like the guy. Da, da, da. There's another underlying issue and reasoning for that, I feel like. But that's where it ends. We're gonna find out what happened next week. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow for Married at First Sight. I don't even know what the episode is, so don't even ask. But thank you guys for watching. Bye.